Okay, so let's talk about where you should start with human design, right? So, human design is a very complex system, and I really strive to make sure that it's digestible and understandable when I teach it because it is so intricate and it's not intuitive whatsoever. So, right here, I'm just going to give you the main couple areas of your chart, like what kind of each of the areas of the chart really are and what they kind of represent in the human design system and which ones you really want to be focusing on first. So the first element that you really want to start digging into when you get into human design is understanding your energy type. So your energy type is basically kind of the general way that you are meant to interact with the world around you, meaning interacting with others and, starting things, taking initiative on things, kind of responding to life, all that sort of stuff, and moving through life in general. So your energy type, you can be one of 5 energy types. There are projectors, reflectors, manifestors, manifesting generators, and generators. So you can only be one energy type. It does not change throughout your life. And so that is the first thing to really start mastering. Within your energy type, each energy type has its own signature theme, its own not self theme, its own strategy, all that sort of stuff, and just its own kind of general traits and characteristics. And so that's the first thing to really start diving into and mastering all of that sort of stuff that's encompassed within the energy type of your human design. From there, you want to start learning about your authority. Your authority is the way that you were designed to make decisions in your life, right? So while energy type is all about how you're meant to kind of engage with the world around you, authority is all about how you are meant to make decisions and kind of move through life consciously with, whenever you come to a crossroads or whenever you have to decide what to do next or what to eat or what to wear, all things big and small, right? And so your authority, there are lots of different authorities. Again, you can only have one main authority your entire life in your design. So honestly, those are the 2 places to really start. I'm going to give you kind of more insight into the rest of the human design chart and what the elements of your human design are here in this video in just a moment. But I want to really drive home the idea here that you really want to spend a lot of time really mastering your energy type and your authority before you dive into this rest of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, because a lot of people say that mastering your energy type and your authority is like 90% of what it takes to actually successfully live your design. And when you do that, everything else just kind of clicks into place. So everything else is really interesting and really fun to look at when you get into the more detailed side of human design. But those are the 2 things to start with. I've actually even put some links down below this video with some resources I've created around mastering your energy type and your authority in case you want to check those out. But once you have really mastered your energy type and your authority, then you want to start learning about the energy centers in human design. The energy centers are those geometric shapes that you see, the big geometric shapes within your human design chart. That might be colored in unless you're a reflector. But those centers are all about the energy we put out into the world and the energy that we take in from the world. And so kind of the frequency we're vibrating at and that we're putting out and that other people are then picking up on and what we're picking up on from them. So when you're learning about your centers, start with your defined centers. That's the energy that you're putting out into the world, and then go to your undefined centers. That's the energy you're taking in from the rest of the world, right? Then from there, once you've mastered your centers, you move on to really learning more about your profile. Your profile, it's 2 numbers, right? Numbers 1 through 6, and there will be 2 of them, and it says it when all this information is, kind of there when you pull up your free human design chart, wherever you do that. But your profile is all about kind of more your personality, how others view you, how you view yourself, how you learn, and how you put information out in the world. And so that would be the next piece to really look at. Then you get into your circuitry. Circuitry in human design is what we call the gates and channels, which means all those little lines that go between all the different centers on the human design chart. And so those things, I love learning about gates and channels, but they're kind of one of the last things you really look at in your human design chart when you're learning about your design. But this is where human design starts to shine a light on your specific unique skills and traits and gifts and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I'd recommend, going in that order of authority, or energy type and authority first, and then mastering your centers, your profile, and then your circuitry, your gates and channels, right? If you want to dive more into your human design, check out the links below. Also, feel free to book a private human design reading with me. The link for that is also below. And we go real in depth with a lot of this stuff on private calls, and it's so much fun. So hopefully this was helpful for you.